Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be talking about the Gateway and Portland races for Cup Xfinity and Trucks. So Gateway, that was with the Cup Series and the Truck Series, while in Portland that was only for the Xfinity Series. And let's just say the Xfinity Series was very, very crazy. But before we get into that, let's talk about the next race for NASCAR, for the Cup Series, the Truck Series, and the Sonoma Series West Series. It is Sonoma Raceway, and this is on the OG NASCAR layout, so the carousel will not be a part of this race or this configuration. It'll be just the normal layout that every NASCAR fan loves, without the carousel, obviously. So Friday, June 10th, it'll be practice for the NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and practice for Truck Series will be at 6:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and then 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Sonoma Series West. That'll be at 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time for practice and qualifying. There'll be no TV for those practice sessions and qualifying sessions, I guess, for the Sonoma Series. Saturday, June 11th will be pretty packed. So 1 p.m. Eastern Time will be qualifying for the Truck Series on FS1. At 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be the Sonoma Series West race for the running of the General Tire 200. That'll be on Flow Racing, MRN, and Sirius XM. And then the Cup Series practice will start at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time on FS2. And then 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time will be qualifying for the Cup Series also on FS2. And then finally for the Truck Series, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, that'll be for the running of the DoorDash 250. That'll be on FS1, MRN, and Sirius XM. And then finally, on Sunday, it will be the Cup Series. That'll be on 4 p.m. Eastern Time for the running of the Toyota Save Mart 350. That'll be on FS1, PRN, and Sirius XM. So, with Sonoma now out of the way, let's talk about the results. And first off, for the Truck Series, and that was won by Corey Heim, his second win in his Truck Series career. We'll say that. I'm praying that he actually gets a full-time ride in the Truck Series next year, because I think he deserves it. Second place behind Corey Heim is Christian Eckes, then Chandler Smith, Stuart Friesen, Johnny Sauter, Matt DiBenedetto, Derek Kraus, Ben Rhodes, Zane Smith, and Chase Purdy ran out the top 10. Then Roger Caruth, Matt Crafton, Tyler Ankrum, Dean Thompson, Haley Deegan, Jordan Anderson, Timmy Hill, Lawless Allen, Jack Wood, and Jesse Little ran out the top 20. Three drivers went to the rear, that being, what's his name? Mason Maggio, Haley Deegan, and Spencer Boyd. Three drivers also failed to qualify, that being the number 20 Young's Motorsports Chevy truck, which is driven by Matt Mills. The number 90 TC Motorsports Toyota Tundra driven by Justin S. Carroll. And the number 43 Rian Brothers Racing, I think it was a Chevy, driven by Blake Lothan. I think his first name is Blake, but I might be wrong with that. Anyways, well, stuff that happened. Not a lot really happened in Stage 1. Lap 35, that was the end of Stage 1, which was won by Chandler Smith. Lap 45, Taylor Gray spins out. Gets spun out by Ty Majeski. He was just driving there too hard. Roger Cruz just also spins, but he was just only there to avoid. Lap 54, Jonathan Nemechek gets loose and spins. Majeski, Jesse Little, and Colby Howard also involved. Lap 61, Grant Enfinger and Chandler Smith spins from the lead. Chandler Smith wasn't too happy with Enfinger and the post-race. Lap 70, Ben Rhodes wins Stage 2. Lap 93, Chris Wright spins. Lap 96, Roger Cruz gets penalized for speed. That may make sense because it is his first Truck Series start. So we're giving the benefit of the doubt. I mean, 11th place is really, really good. So I think he should be really happy with that result, and he is, which is good. Lap 100, Zane Smith is slow with tire issues. I get to talk about him very soon. Lap 125, Colby Howard spins out. Then lap 157, Tanner Gray spins out while Carson Hocevar was leading. And lap 164, Corey Heim wins the Toyota 200. While Hocevar, Tyler Hill, and also himself crashes. Now I'm going to show you a video of this, and this was a hard hit for Hocevar. He's currently, I think, as of right now, as I'm talking about it on the 6th of June, he's currently in hospital. I think his right foot or something. I think his right foot was fractured or something. If I might be wrong with that. I know Nismo Sports put up a thing about it on Twitter, which I'll also show when the video's all done. So I'll show it now. I don't know when the video ends, but whatever. I'll show you either way. So you gotta read it for yourself. But that was a scary hit for Hocevar. And I think there was also on Twitter it was surface of the radio from Hocevar, and the helpers. I can't remember. Is it the people who are like around just to help drivers out who gets in a crash. I can't remember what they're called. I mean, like, I can't remember what it's like N something. I can't remember. It's like N something. That's what I meant. That's what I remember. They were incredibly slow on getting to him. I mean, yeah, his window net was down. It's kind of on him. If he left his window net up, I think everyone would have rushed over to him. But I think I think Eric Eastep also talked about it in a tweet as well. I think 3 of the workers, or the official, not the officials, I guess like the workers, should have just did it at the exact same time, just ran over there at the exact same time, and attended all 3 of the drivers at the same time. Because obviously Hocevar was in very much pain. I mean, yeah, it definitely took the wind out of him. I mean, he was sitting there for a very long time. You can obviously hear the radio. I'll leave a link onto Twitter down in the description so you can watch it for yourself. But you can hear it, like, he's in so much pain. He was crying out for help as well. It sucks for him, and hopefully he'll be back soon for Sonoma. I'm not really too sure though, because obviously he is in the playoff hunt as of right now. I'll get to the standings very soon when all the results are done. But it'd be really bad if he does get to miss out on one race, because obviously he's currently in the playoff hunt. So that might be really bad for his chances. Anyways, with that all done, let's scroll down to see the other finishes. Not really a lot I think I've talked about. So there's Colby Howard 23rd, that's Carson Hocevar 24th, Tally Hill, and also myself 25th and 26th. Jake Garcia made his debut today. He finished in 29th. Ty Majeski 32nd. Brendan Poole had a rear gear issue. John Dimajek, DVP. I can't remember. Damaged vehicle policy. That's what it means. DVP. Taylor Gray down in last place, 36th. And there's obviously 3 who failed to qualify: Matt Mills, Justin Carroll, and Blake Lothian. I don't know how you say his name. His last name. I think it's Lothian, but I might be wrong with that. So let's now move on to the Xfinity Series, and just like I said, this race was crazy as fuck. So the Xfinity Series, that was won by AJ Allmendinger. I think he gets his 2nd win of the season, and his 14th career win. Or 12th, I can't remember. I know it's like in the double digits now. I can't remember there. In 2nd place, good on him, Maya Snyder. I think that's Jordan Anderson Racing's best finish, I think, in 2nd place. And behind them is Austin Hill, then Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Ty Gibbs, JJ Yaley. Oh my god, Yaley was actually about to win the race, I think, at some point. Noah Gragson and Alex LeBay ran out the top 10. Then Brennan Jones, Brandon Brown, Scott Heckert, Jade Buford was also about to win in like the later half of the race. Jesus Christ. Landon Castle, Ryan Sieg, Andy Lally, Matt Jasko, Patrick Emmerling, and Brent Marfin ran out the top 20. No one failed to qualify. Many drivers went to the rear. That's a lot of drivers. So 7 went to the rear due to unproof adjustments, 1 went to the rear due to backup car, and 1 due to missed driver intros. For the 7 who went to the rear due to unproof adjustments, that would be Gray Golding, Josh Berry, AJ Allmendinger, Maya Snyder, Darren Dilly, I think that's his first name is Darren, and Ryan Sieg, and oh crap, it is Philip. Is it Mason Felipe? Is it Mason Felipe? I actually can't remember. Yes, it is Mason Felipe. That is, yeah. So he went to due to unimproved adjustments. And then Noah Gragson went to the rear due to a backup car because I think he crashed in practice. And then Josh Williams went to the rear due to missed driver intros. Before the race, I should also mention, AJ Allmendinger was off the track. He was, I think it was just a warm-up, or, you know, there's like in-laps or whatever before every race. before the green, and he went off the track. It was in the back. It was after the back stretch. Yeah, it was at the chicane at the back stretch. I know that. Lap 12, Brandon Jones spins out. Sam Mayer has damage at the front of his car, so he had to retire early. Lap 25, Ty Gibbs wins stage 1. Lap 27, it was a restart, and Riley Herbst spins out after contact with Sheldon Creed, Greg Golding, Matt Jasko, and Darren Gilly all involved. Lap 40, I'm going to show a video on this. So there was caution first for grass and mud on the track. And now I'll show the video. Ty Gibbs gets spun out by Jesse Iwuji. I think this was in turn 1. And NASCAR, actually, a great decision by NASCAR, as they gave Ty Gibbs his spot back, which I think was first place. And they held Jesse Iwuji for 2 laps. Now, Jesse Iwuji did put something on Twitter about it. And he was very apologetic about it. He didn't mean it. And obviously there was a lot of conversations about him on NASCAR Twitter. I was looking over it, and let's just say people aren't too happy with him, and he's kind of washed. I mean, not washed, but he's just not a great driver. I mean, he's obviously an Army veteran. I mean, actually, he's a Marine Corps as of right now. He's part of the U.S. Marine Corps, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I kind of have to agree with everyone. Yeah, he might be a great guy. He may be fantastic. He might be like the nicest dude you've ever met. You know what they say, nice guys finish last. And obviously, he's not great equipment. I mean, he is in his own team equipment. I'm not... I generally don't know if he should even be in NASCAR. I mean, there's been talks about, like, they should kick Jesse Iwuji out of NASCAR. But we'll see what happens next year, because I'm not too sure if that team is still going to stay afloat. If that is the case, then they probably should sign Carl Weatherman there full-time and not part-time like he is right now. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about him. And then next up, lap 46, Jeremy Clement spins out. 7 parcels also collected. Lap 50, my side of win stage shoot is his first stage win. I think also Jordan Anderson Racing's first win as well as on the stage. Lap 56 on a restart. Sheldon Creed, Jeb Burton, Alex Abay, Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Jones, and Spencer Pumperly all spins out on the front on the turn 1, so, which is the chicane. Lap 57 was a caution due to oil from Sheldon Creed's car, and he flipped off Jade Buford, which is lovely. Just walked straight out. I'll show a video of this. He walked straight straight out Jade Buford's car, gave him the bird 3 times. Twice with his fingers, twice at the same time, and then one separately. But damn, so he basically told Jade Buford he's number 1 twice, which is fantastic, which is lovely. But I mean, it sucks for Curry. I actually don't know what. I think it was because of the stack up on the chicane. I think that might be why he's mad at him. But I wasn't really too sure. But either way, Jade Buford did a fantastic job in his race. He was very close to winning the race, but wrong strategy call. I think it was on the wet still. Or was it on the dries? I know. I think he was on the wet still. And yeah, I mean, it was just bad timing, and plus he had to pit during the green flag run, so yeah, he couldn't really do anything about it. Lap 63, there we go, lap 63, there was a restart. Brandon Brown gets into Brent Moffitt, and Bailey Curry, Spencer Pumpley, Connor Mosack, Anthony Alfredo, and Parker Chase all get collected. Lap 69, again, I think on a restart, Justin Allgaier, Noah Gregson, Landon Castle, Andy Lally, and Stephen Parsons all spin out, entering into turn 1. And lap 75, John Bendigo wins Pacific Ocean Automation 147 in a chaotic and crazy Portland race. I would not be disappointed if this race comes back to the schedule. I think it was fantastic, especially with the wet weather. So I move on to the drivers outside of the top 20. Okay, here we go. So we got Jesse Iwuji down to 26th. And then Anthony Alfredo Upholster, 31st. Sheldon Creed, 32nd. Jeb Burton, 33rd. Riley Herbst, 35th. And Sam Mayer down into 38th place. No one failed to qualify, just like I mentioned before. And okay, Ryan Sieg. Wait, I did talk about Ryan Sieg, but he also went to road due to missing driver introductions. Naughty, naughty boy. Let's now move on to the Cup Series, and that was won by Joey Logano. And his second win of the season, and his something win in his career. I cannot remember, it's a big number. Second place is Kyle Busch, then Kurt Busch, Ryan Blaney, Eric Almirola, Martin Truex Jr., Eric Jones, Ross Chastain. He had a very eventful day today. Christopher Bell, and AJ Allmendinger ran out the top 10. Then Austin Cindric, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Justin Haley, Austin Dillon, Tyler Reddick, Zane Smith, Michael McDowell, William Byron, and Brad Keselowski ran out the top 20. Reason why Zane Smith is in Chris Busch's car is because Chris Busch got COVID, so he couldn't race today at Gateway. So Zane Smith filled in, and he did a pretty good job. So yeah, good job Zane Smith, getting a top 20 finish, which is really good for a rookie. No one failed to qualify. However, 3 drivers went to the rear due to, Parker Kligerman went to the rear due to a backup car, and AJ Allmendinger and Daniel Suarez went to the rear due to unapproved adjustments. I really thought Allmendinger was going to go to the rear as well because of a driver change. Ben Rhodes actually qualified and practiced the car for him because he was over at Portland. He did a really good job in 10th place. From 35th to 10th in the top 10. With no practice, good job. Good job, Allmendinger. Anyways, let's now move on to the race events. Lap 28, Chase Briscoe has a flat left-right tire, but no cautions there. Lap 45, Austin Cindric wins stage 1. Lap 65, Ross Chastain makes contact with Denny Hamlin and sends him into the wall. That is one of 3 events that happened with Ross Chastain. Just like I said, he had a very eventful day. Lap 81, Denny Hamlin almost wrecks Ross Chastain in retaliation in the backstretch. He almost ran him down into the grass. Lap 94, Denny Hamlin continues to mess with Ross Chastain again by checking up and basically swerving all over the place in turns 1 and 2 just to block him. NASCAR warns Hamlin, but I think on the radio, he just laughed at it. He just laughed at them. It was actually kind of funny. Lap 95, Ryan Blaney has a flat left-right tire. Left rear tire. It spins out. It's a caution. Lap 102, Chase Elliott spins after contact with Ross Chastain, who was 3 wide. Bob Wallace also gets spun out by Harrison Burton. Austin Dillon also gets damage. And this is when I'm going to show you the video. On lap 107, Ross Chastain gets double-teamed by Denny Hamlin and Chase Elliott. Now, if you don't know the history of NASCAR, or you're new to NASCAR, which is probably most of you, if not none of you, and whatever, you will know about 2017, I think it was, in the 2017 season, or was it 2018? Maybe it was 2018, where Chase Elliott got wrecked by Denny Hamlin at Martinsville in the playoffs, and then Elliott retaliated at Phoenix on the final race on the round of 8, and that ended Denny Hamlin's championship hopes. And now here in 2022, both of them are actually agreeing with something, and they have double teamed Ross Chastain, which is actually kind of funny. It was actually pretty funny when that happened. I was actually shocked when I heard about that, but it happened and surprising. Lap 124, Chase Elliott again gets spun out by Ross Chastain. I should say he almost got spun out by Ross Chastain. He was out of shape, but he didn't get spin. He didn't fully do 360. Lap 130, Stenhouse spins out Bob Wallace, and Hamlin shows his displeasure to Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He owns the car. He owns the team, so that makes sense. Lap 140, Kurt Busch wins stage 2. Lap 183, there's going to be a lot of spins, so I just want to say. Lap 183, Tyler Reddick spins. Lap 201, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. spins. Lap 222, Cole Custer spins out by Todd Gilliland. Lap 236, Kevin Harvick spins out for a caution and OT. And lap 245, Joe Logano wins the Enjoy Illinois 300, his second win of the season. I'll be completely fine to see Gateway back in the schedule for the Cup Series. I think Gateway is really good, and I think they put up a great performance, a great show as well. Let's now move on to the drivers outside of the top 20. So there's Chase Elliott out in 21st, who kind of got screwed over by Ross Chastain. Suarez had a good run and then just I think got screwed over by like a jack or something, like his jack broke or something, so he had to retire. Well, he didn't retire, he just got screwed up because of it. Upholster Chase Briscoe down in 24th. There's Ricky Sanchez Jr. 32nd, Kevin Harvick in 33rd, Denny Hamlin 34th, and that's really all. Yeah, and that's really about it there. So, with the Cup Series all done, let's now move on to the standings. First start off with the Truck Series, and this is what the standings looks like for the Truck Series. So Ben Rose is 17 points in front of Chandler Smith, who and Ben Rose also takes over the championship lead. In third place, Zane Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, Stuart Friesen, Christian Eckes, Ty Majeski, Carson Hocevar, Matt Crafton, and Grant Finger ran out the top 10. And Derek Krause, Tanner Gray, Matt Benedetto, Tyler Ankrum, Chase Purdy, Ryan Preece, Timmy Hill, Corey Hine, Austin Wayne Self, and Colby Howard ran out the top 20. For the playoffs, obviously this goes to the top 10. So we know that Zane Smith, Ben Rose, Chandler Smith, John Hunter Nemechek, Stuart Friesen, and now Corey Hine is now in the playoffs. So that means 6 spots are basically taken, 4 spots remaining. So Christian Eckes is plus 70 above the cut line, Carson Hocevar plus 26, Ty Majeski plus 44, and Matt Crafton is plus 6. The closest one is currently Grant Finger, who is minus 6 below the cut line. So I move on to the Xfinity Series, and AJ Allmendinger is 43 points in front of Ty Gibbs and 44 points in front of Noah Gragson in third place. Fourth place is Josh Berry, then Justin Allgaier, Brennan Jones, Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, Daniel Hemrick, and Landon Castle ran out the top 10. And Riley Herbst, Ryan Sieg, Anthony Alfredo, Jeb Burden, Brent Moffat, Brennan Brown, Sheldon Creed, Mike Snyder, Alex LeBay, and Jeremy Clements ran out the top 20. For the playoffs, this obviously goes to the top 12, and we know that Ty Gibbs, AJ Allmendinger, Noah Gragson, Josh Berry, Justin Allgaier, Brandon Jones, and Austin Hill are in the playoffs, which means there are 5 spots remaining in the playoffs. Sam Mayer is plus 137 above the cut line, Daniel Hemrick plus 102, Landon Castle plus 79, Riley Herbst plus 77, and Ryan Sieg plus 58. The closest one is currently Anthony Alfredo, minus 58 below the cut line. Let's now move on to the Cup Series for the final time. Chase Elliott is 9 points in front of Kyle Busch and further 17 points in front of Ross Chastain. Then Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Joe Logano, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, William Byron, Christopher Bell ran out the top 10. Then Eric Almirola, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Chase Briscoe, Eric Jones, Austin Dillon, Kurt Busch, Austin Cindric, Denny Hamlin, and Daniel Suarez ran out the top 20. For the playoffs, obviously this goes to the top 16. And we know that Chase Elliott, Ross Chastain, Joe Logano, Kyle Busch, William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, Kurt Busch, Chase Briscoe, and Austin Cindric are all in the playoffs. Behind Elliott, Chastain, Logano, Busch, Kyle Busch, actually, I should say, Byron, and Hamlin is Ryan Blaney, plus 102 above the cut line. Behind Larson and Bowman is Martin Truex Jr., plus 93 above the cut line. And then behind Kurt Busch, Briscoe, and Cindric is Tyler Reddick, plus 2 above the cut line. Christopher Bell, plus 57, and Eric Almirola, plus 8. Kevin Harvick is the closest one below the cut line, minus 2 below the cut line. So that cut line is getting incredibly intense right now, which is great to see. So that's really about it for Gateway in Portland. Just a reminder that the next race is at Sonoma Raceway for the Cup Series and the Truck Series, and I guess also for the ARCA Menard Series West if you're interested in that. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys all next time in the next one. Goodbye.